Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 221 of 2024, and I'm continuing the story of the youth who sought to understand what it was to feel fear. Now, as you might remember, he had been put into the employment of the sexton, who oversaw what went on in the church, and he'd begin the specific task of ringing the bells, which he actually very much enjoyed doing, pulling on the ropes one after another so that the bells would ring in a beautiful rhythmic way that sent these musical tones all across the village. Well, he was waiting for the sexton's call, for they were going to be ringing the bells just as day turned into night. The sexton called and told the youth to head up the stairs and ready himself to be ringing the bells. And the sexton went off in front of him up the stairs, unbeknownst to the youth. He went up the stairs and got to the top, and there he readied himself to pull the ropes to ring the bells. And as he was standing there, he felt a presence behind him and turned, and there, in a ghastly robe, kind of a grayish black, hanging loosely around the body of some being, the sexton stood. Now the youth did not know it was the sexton because he hooded himself in such a way that his face could not be seen. And when the youth saw him, he called out and said, "Oh, who is it? Who goes there? And what is your business? What are you doing up here?" For the youth knew that the only people that were to be up in the bell tower were ones that were assigned to ringing the bells or taking care of them. Now this figure that stood in the robes replied with no words nor any gestures, but stood stock still. So the youth called out again, this time more loudly than before. I took a couple of steps closer to this, ghostly-looking, ghastly-looking being. The youth again said, "Oh, who are you, and what are you doing here? And you best tell me soon, for if you do not, I will knock you down those stairs." And still, this figure, this robed figure, spoke nary a word. Moved? Not at all. The youth waited for a few moments before he called out again, "Yo ho, you need to tell me who you are. This is your last chance, I'm warning you. For if you do not respond, I will push you down those stairs." The sexton did not say a word. He stood there stock still. He did not move. And so the youth took 3 strides toward him and shoved him down the stairs. The sexton went down the stairs in a crash and ended up in a corner, not moving at all. Well, the youth waited some time, and the sexton did not appear, so he went down the stairs and back to his room. The sexton's wife wondered what had happened to her husband, for he had told her that he was going up into the tower, but would be back soon, and now he had not returned. She went to the youth and asked what had happened to her husband. He told her he did not know. She asked where he had been, because her husband had told her that the two of them would be going up into the tower to ring bells, and she had not heard a single bell rung. The youth said, "Yes, indeed, I went up, and there was a strange being up there that would not respond. I pushed him down the stairs, and he moved not at all after that." Well, the sexton's wife became concerned and asked the youth to please go up the stairs and check to see if it might be her husband. The youth said that he would, and said, "Oh, ma'am, I am very sorry if it was your husband that I pushed down the stairs." We'll leave the story there and wonder what in fact did happen.